Welcome to the Chain Out Podcast with your hosts, Jeremy and Daryl.
Hey everybody, welcome to Season 3, Episode 137. These two good-looking guys in some spanking new jerseys, Jeremy and Daryl, are your hosts. How's it going, Daryl?
Doing fantastic. You know what? No, I'm not fantastic.
You're not?
I want to say I'm fantastic, but I have an ear infection.
Really?
Yeah.
And you just put the what do you call them, the cans on?
It turns out, going out to throw in the rain for Paul Macbeth Throwmore event, it did not sit well with me.
So really, because you were sick for a bit and that turned into an ear infection?
Yeah. I've got an appointment booked with the doctor. It's hard to get in to see my doctor, but it'll probably be, it's slightly painful, but yeah.
You're going to be okay for the night?
I'll muddle through, Jeremy.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
You know me. I'm
Well-
not going to miss an episode for nothing.
No, you have made it through them all. And I know this is a disc golf podcast, but with all this FIFA World Cup action happening, we got to take a minute to recognize our Canadian men's team making it to the round of 16 for the first time ever. This is a big accomplishment. Yep. And it helps the world realize that, yes, some of these North Americans, like the Canadians, we are actually a football/soccer country as well. But, as I see you sitting there, we also have our resident expert and English correspondent, Daryl, here. How are you feeling about England advancing to the quarterfinals, Daryl?
You know what? It was a great game against Mexico. If you saw the game, it had everything. It had red cards. It had penalties. It had goals.
Red cards?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of yellows, but...
Yeah, it was a red card as well. We went down to 10 men. But we ended up winning through in the end. Mm-hmm. Now we go and face Norway, the mighty Norway, on Saturday.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. Oh, I'm not going to be there.
You're going to be at the game.
I'm going to be watching the game. I will probably be at a pub.
Oh.
I've been watching it at home. I watched it at home on Saturday with a friend of mine. But we decided that, now things are getting serious. All these kind of preliminary matches and all that, that's just the...
It's over. It's done.
Yeah, that's
we're
the appetizer. Now we're at the main course.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you with that then, in town here in Edmonton, I know there are some pubs that are more geared towards that, where this is where you go if you want to watch England play, or this is where you might go if you wanted to watch Wales play or something, like even to that point. No? Is it like get that finite, or is it just in general?
Tell me you don't know a lot about soccer without telling me.
Yeah, well, okay. England, okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about countries right now. You're right.
Yeah.
Wales isn't a country. Or is it?
Wales is a country.
But it doesn't have a soccer team?
They have a soccer team, but they're just not in the World Cup.
Okay, gotcha. But no, is there a specific pub in town or something that you would go to that that's the place to be?
Yeah, me and my buddy are going to have to figure that out. My go-to would probably be like Sherlock Holmes, just because,
It's elementary, dear Watson.
There you go. I mean, Boston Pizza, they're a sports bar, but I don't know what the atmosphere is. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a pub that is going to take soccer seriously.
Right.
Not just have it on in the background and people are just going to be talking about, we want to be 10 beers deep, screaming, shirts off.
Clapping, all of the things.
Exactly, everything.
Yeah. Well, I did do my research because, like you said, as I may not know a lot as a Canadian soccer fan, but I did see England won.
Just for the record, I'm okay calling it soccer.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, Football Association, soccer. It got shortened to that. I always call it football because you kick a ball with your foot.
Right. You don't say football?
Wow.
Footy? That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Well, I saw that England had won the World Cup before on home soil at Wembley Stadium back in 1966.
Yeah.
And since then, there's been 2 fourth-place finishes, or maybe not since then, but there has been 2 fourth-place. Most recent, 2018 in Russia. Mm-hmm. So now we're going against Norway. I've already adopted the team, on Saturday. And if I can tie it back to disc golf.
Sure.
I saw a post by Lucky Lorentzen with her new baby cheering on Norway as they won over Brazil.
I used to like Lucky.
Yeah, I was going to say, is Lucky going to be lucky with Norway this weekend? No, not even close. Lucky should just go back to disc golf. Don't even watch the game.
No, exactly.
It's just going to be sad.
It'll be a good game, but England are going to take down the win.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy, Alberta has many great disc golf clubs. Mm-hmm. You know, you've heard us talk about Edmonton.
Yeah, of course.
We've talked about Calgary as well.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know that there's another club right between those two that have been doing a lot to grow the sport?
I might.
Yeah. John Umlah and Jerry Rosa from the Central Alberta Disc Golf Association, they are running and they're a part of that. They'll be joining us probably in about 15 minutes.
That's right, for sure. And also, too, at this part of the episode, we want to shout out PDGA Canada. Thank them for helping make our episodes possible this year. They're supporting us, and they support a lot of disc golf in Canada. So if you're not a PDGA member, make sure to go and sign up.
Absolutely. All right, let's do some tournament reviews. This past weekend, there were 17 different events that were scheduled to take place in Canada. We've been watching for the Magic Week, where we get all 10 provinces in one territory.
Was it this? And now, people, we know there's more territories, but there's really only
Right.
one that does disc golf right now.
That's
So
it. Alas, this was not the week. No. There were events in Ontario, Quebec, Alberta, Saskatchewan, BC, Manitoba, PEI, Newfoundland, and Nova Scotia, and not Yukon. That would be the one that we were missing, including 11 C tiers and 1 B tier. This week, though, we want to... Okay, get your translators out, people.
okay.
This week, we want to highlight you said La Voix?
Wow.
La Voix de Chien.
Yeah,
That took place in Granby, Quebec City.
And you want to know my magic? I do have a little bit of French knowledge, right? And Spanish as well.
I did well in the practice.
You did great. Well, Le Roi would be the king. Deschênes is of chains, so the king of the chains.
King of the chains. There you go.
Yeah.
That makes sense. This one was a C tier, and it was the 5th stop on the Circuit de Quebec, which we reached out to our friend and part of the actual tour team as well, Karen Martel, to hear more about it. They had 185 players
in Quebec
show up to the event.
That's big.
That's
because at least from what I've seen, like when I look at these tournaments and stuff, like getting 185 anywhere.
Exactly.
But Quebec, I know, has been working hard to grow and to get all of their people to come to one event.
Absolutely.
It's great.
They were competing across 2 days. They had the AMs playing on the Saturday and the pros playing on the Sunday. They played at the Parcours de Mont course. It has had many improvements over the years. They've had new baskets, new tee pads, other general improvements around the course as well. And they really turned it into like a must-play course in the province.
Cool.
It's a combination of woods and park holes with some majestic oak trees on the course as well. Karen says that it truly is a memorable experience. Thank you to Frederick Allaire for stepping up and bringing the tour to Granby.
Great.
Yeah. So some of the highlights over the weekend, including MA2 winner Kevin Moreau, starting the final round in 9th place, ended up taking the win, shooting the hot round with a 970 minus 5 rate. A 970 rated minus 5.
Okay.
And that included 9 birdies.
Wow.
Yeah. Over in the MA50 division, there were 2 players that made 100 plus feet throw-ins on hole 18.
Yeah.
Back to back.
If you can do it, I can do it better.
Exactly.
Kind of thing, hey?
Yeah. Nothing like being, what do they call it? Big
putted.
Big putted, but big throwed. Yeah. Over on the MPO side, Jacob Mainville and Jean-Philippe Gilbert scored 1,000 rated rounds. While in round 2, 6 players were robbed when they all shot a -9, and that ended up being a 999.
Oh, is that can we call that the great round? Kind of like Wayne Gretzky, 99 is the great one.
There you go.
Is this the great round?
Absolutely. I'm sure they'll enjoy
We'll put a positive spin on
yeah,
it.
there you go. Circuit de Quebec is so thankful for the generous support, their valued partners, and it really helps make the tour exceptional. Next up for them is a B tier. You might be able to translate this one for me as well. Le Duc de Rocher.
So that one, I thought I had an idea. It turns out I was right, but I wasn't confident. But it is the Dukes of the Rocks.
Oh, okay.
So the Rocher is a rock.
Maybe that's an Innova-only event.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. That's a 2-day B tier happening August 1st and 2nd at Domaine de Rouvel in Saint-Jean-Baptiste and Par Le Rocher in Saint-Amable.
Wow, look at you go. I love it.
It sounds good. If a French person is listening, they probably are like, what the hell are you doing
Karen's
butchering
going,
my language?
well, you tried.
They hope running these larger tournaments will give Quebec Disc Golf the opportunity to host Canadian Nationals maybe in the future for a larger tournament. Karen didn't mention it, but congratulations to her as well for winning the FPL division. Congrats for you. -10 overall, a 963 rated event. Yeah, it's 37 points above her own rating.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Well, we know she's a great player. She's represented Canada.
Yeah.
Done lots of good things there.
If you have an event you want us to shout out, or if you've participated in an event, reach out to us on our socials or email us, chainoutpodcast@gmail.com.
That's it. And Canadian Nationals is happening in Grand Prairie, and it's less than 3 weeks away. And if you're following the tournament on Disc Golf Scene, you've probably noticed that email after email has started to come out because they're really starting to ramp things up in these last weeks. So we reached out to Dylan Bressy and said, is there anything we should let our listeners know about? And he wanted us to mention 2 things. One, they're still looking for volunteers. So if you're up in Grand Prairie and you're not playing in the event, think about volunteering. You don't have to have any experience. You don't have to know anything about disc golf. You can flag. You can do a lot of different things. And if you're a player, there's the opportunity that you can volunteer either before or after your rounds, and they will schedule that so that you have the time you need to play your round and get warmed up and such. And then secondly, the tournament team has put together so many different events for the week. It's like a week of disc golf there at Canadian Nationals. Some of them are free. Some of them you have to sign up and pay some fees for. But if you sign up for multiple events, you'll get a discount. And they've got everything from flex start tournaments to skills competition to player party, laser tag, trivia, champs versus chumps with Sophia Donica and Thomas Gilbert, which Daryl would probably say is a must do if you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's a
do
good one. So be sure to check all that out before it fills up. And while we're on other Canadian news, Daryl, World Juniors is happening right now down in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And from what I could see, I did a little check. There's 23 young Canadians down there representing.
Yes, sir.
And we're sure at least one of these names will be familiar to you. And because they're down there, they're putting Canada on the world stage.
We like to shout out our juniors.
We do. So head down to PGGA Live, cheer them on through their socials, follow them. Let's name them. Want to run through it?
Okay. Go for it.
So MJ18, we got Gavin Beamish. We were going to say we wanted to say where they were all from, but we want to run through it pretty quick, right?
It's up to you. Do you want to?
Yeah, let's go real quick. Let's do it quick with the
right,
names. Yeah, Gavin Beamish.
Cole Cochran.
Kai Louis Smith.
Nathan Brewer.
Jaden LeBlanc.
Zachary Cool.
Felix Allard.
Alejandro Diaz-Yana.
Dylan Wood.
Sierra Van Elberg.
Yeah, she's in the FGA 18 side of things. And we also got Jordan Little.
And her sister, Georgia Van Elberg.
Yeah. Now on MJ15, we got Quinn Cochran.
Cameron T-Break.
Mateo Hill.
Judah Jagd.
Sergio Ricky Diaz-Yana.
Calder McCannell.
That's right. And then FJ15 special shout out to Brooklyn Okrafka from Paris, Ontario, who after 2 rounds is leading in first place the FJ15 division.
In MJ12, we got Nico Forbes.
And Malachi Yacht.
Yeah, and down in MJ10, Xavier Segas.
Yeah, so probably one of those names you know, and if you don't, you will soon because as we've seen, we talked to Rebecca, talked to Brooklyn, talked to Alistair, talked to Nico. They're all making waves. And this is where it starts.
Yeah. Should we do some quick Pro Tour news?
Yeah, bring us up to speed.
The Pro Tour just finished at the Alley Open in Sweden. That was the 3rd tournament on the European swing. Ricky Wysocki took down the MPO win, and Evelina Salonen got the FPO win with a dominant -30. Whew. You know what? That was 15 strokes better than second place.
Sweet.
Yeah,
She plays well in Europe, does she not?
Exactly, yeah. Our Canadian FPO, Rebecca Dawn, she earned another top 10 finish, finishing tied for second with Ella Hansen and Katrina Allen, earning herself $883. Next up for them is the Heinola Open in Finland, taking place this weekend. Rebecca will be there as this one as well. This one, what am I saying here? Rebecca Dawn will be there as well. Okay. So keep sending her messages on her socials.
Gotcha.
Keep following her on PDGA. Let's hope she can get another top 10 finish. Hopefully she can get top 5.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. This will be the last tournament on the European swing before the players head back to the U.S. The women will take place in the U.S. Women's Disc Golf Championship. Yeah. That'll be taking place down in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, probably about what? Is that maybe 12 hours straight south of us? I want to say Salt Lake is. I don't know if it's 4 hours across the border or so, but...
Can I just before we finish here?
Yeah.
Trevor Okrafka's in the chat. Only 1 bogey, 2 rounds for Brooklyn.
Oh, that is awesome, Trevor.
Congrats, Brooklyn.
I'm going to use this opportunity. Trevor's in there.
Yeah.
Trevor, talk to Brooklyn there when it makes sense. Don't interrupt her. I know she's focused on things, but if she wants to come on next week and chat, we'd be excited to have her back on the show. We'd love to hear all about her world's experience, so we'll put that out there.
It's time we did an update on our juniors.
I think so.
Yeah.
So also, Chain Out is sponsored by two amazing sponsors, BR Disc Golf and Disc Republic. Now, BR Disc Golf, when I wanted to mention about them this week, is former BR ambassador Jonas Stolpot will be hosting the Rose City Open C Tier presented by BR on August 29th down in Camrose at the Stony Creek Disc Golf Course. Registration is open. It's going to be a 1-day, 2-round event, and they're going to be unveiling a never-seen-before back nine layout.
Cool.
So if you've played the course before and you want to see something new, that's the way to do it. And it's a 1-day. You know I like 1-days.
You do.
They're pretty good. Yeah. You can get in, get out, and then you can go move on to the rest of the weekend. It's kind of nice. Disc Republic, our sponsors there, checking in with Jason and the team. They wanted to make sure everyone knew they had one of the popular discs back. So popular, it's almost gone again when I checked. But it was the fused buzzes, and those fused buzzes, they're also known as the buzz saws. They're the ones that in that clear rim it looks like a saw blade. And if you run out of those and you've got a big arm, you can always jump on the fused scorches, which have flames in the side. And if you do go and check any of those things out, be sure to use the code CHAINOUT at checkout. It's a promo code that supports your favorite disc golf podcast and helps us out, so please do that if you can.
Absolutely. Our next giveaway is up and posted. I said it was going to go up on Thursday. Maybe look for it on Friday.
Right.
Saturday, it was almost there. Sunday, I was thinking about it. And finally on Monday, I got the post up there, but we're going to let it run for a couple more days yet, probably even a week or so. I don't know. We've got a lot of responses. The giveaway in question, once I come up with it, is I put the post up there. It's pretty simple way to enter to get this disc right here, signed by Thomas Gilbert, Ian Anderson, Nate Sexton, Chance Stad, and Sophia Donica. It is an Innova Fox.
You know, I think about it now. It would have been great if you asked Chance to sign it twice.
Chance
once
Stad.
a Chance Stad and once a Chad Stance.
Exactly. Yeah. This one is up on our social media. Head over to Instagram or Facebook. Find the post. How to enter? All you got to do is leave us a question on the post. It can be disc golf related. It can be podcast related. It can be about anything you want. Once we get enough posts, I mean, I've got enough questions already, but once we let it go for a little bit longer, we're going to head out to the course. Maybe you'll be there. Maybe you won't be.
We'll see.
We're going to answer your questions. Answer a question, run an ace. Answer a question, run an ace. If we hit the ace on your question, you're going to win the disc.
That's it. That's a great.
And
I love it.
And if I go through all 100 questions and I don't hit an ace,
what's going to happen?
then we'll just keep it up on social media and we'll get you to ask more questions.
Will we? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, we'll come up with an idea. We're going to get the ace. It's not even going to be a problem.
There
so
you go. After the episode, don't forget to head over to our Patreon. Sign up for the free link. You can join us for Around the Basket.
That's right. We chat more disc golf, and we definitely get the people in the chat involved as well. We want to really interact on those episodes. But we like to do an interview at this part of the show. Do we have anybody in the green room?
We do. We have two people sitting there very patiently. They're looking at us. They're like drumming their fingers on the table. They're like, when is this interview going to start?
Oh, they're just ready. They're ready to go.
They're chomping at the bit.
That's right. Okay, well, let's get to it. So one of the nice parts of being a disc golfer in Alberta is that you can drive from Grand Prairie and Fort McMurray in the north all the way down to Lethbridge and Medicine Hat in the south. And in pretty much every city and town along the way, you're going to find a disc golf course. It's just one of the nice things about Alberta. All of these roads going north and south are going to take you through some great courses in Red Deer, Wetaskiwin, Sylvan Lake, Lacombe, and Innisfail. All of these courses are part of the Central Alberta Disc Golf Association, and tonight we are excited to have two members of the club on the show. Join us in welcoming John Umlah and Jerry Rosa to the podcast.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey guys.
Hey, there they are.
Hey. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you both perfectly fine.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us on the podcast tonight. This one has been a little bit of time for us to set it up for you, but we're glad to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a great honor to be on your show today.
Perfect. Yeah. How you both doing? How you guys enjoying the summer?
Well, I'm on vacation, so I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
How about you, Jerry?
I'm on days off, so I'm basically on vacation.
That's awesome.
Good.
Well, it finally feels like up here in Edmonton that we finally got a bit of a break from the rain, the rainy weather that we've had over the last couple of weeks, months even, maybe it feels like it. How is Central Alberta doing?
Go ahead, Jer.
Basically the same. We are experiencing some rain and whatnot, but we got a bunch of warriors out there that play anyways. So
Right.
And if you
Were you
don't
hit?
mind bugs.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. Yeah, I know for River City Cup that we had last weekend, or two weekends ago now. It was the worst conditions that I've ever seen a tournament. The rain was torrential. The mosquitoes just didn't seem to mind the weather, the rain, the wind, anything like that. You've been hit with the bugs pretty hard as well.
Oh yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
so.
Yep. They're out there, but you know, it's all about you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable when you're playing disc golf, right? So it's just one of those things you got to contend with.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, gentlemen, at the start of our podcast, when we have new guests on the show, we want to find out how you both got into disc golf, but we do it a little different. We come up with a chain out origin story, and I've got one for the two of you. So this one is based on a movie, maybe some would say a TV show. It could be either. You go whichever way you want. So you guys sit back and relax, listen to this one. We'll see if the listeners can guess, and you can always throw your guess in at the end too. So here we go. So maybe the two of you discovered disc golf all on your own. John was a by-the-book disc golfer out of Sylvan Lake. In the summer, he would compete in tournaments. Not only did he know every rule, he made sure they were all followed. In the winter, he preferred the slopes and was a bit of a star skier. In the bustling metropolis, Jerry liked to play it fast and loose. Every round needed at least one mulligan, one foot wedge, and a couple of road pops. One day, this unlikely duo were forced to become partners when they entered a Central Alberta battle tournament. At first, they didn't get along. But when a Huggy Bear appeared on the course, they had to bury the hutchet and work together to get to safety. One of you distracted the bear while the other made enough noise to send it running back into the trees. You realized that together you made a pretty darn good team. John knew every rule, Jerry knew every shortcut. John kept the scorecard honest while Jerry kept everyone laughing. From then on, whenever a disc went missing, whenever a doubles partner was needed, or when Central Alberta Disc Golf needed a hand, you could count on John and Jerry to be on the case. Now, maybe that's not quite how you guys got into disc golf, so why don't you tell us how it really happened?
Oh, geez.
You almost made me forget. Such a visual. Yeah, it was great.
He paints a good picture.
You go first, Jer. You want to try it out?
Where do you want me to start, with Central or from the beginning?
Well, let's just tell us about you. How did you get into disc golf? How did it come to you? When did you first start playing, that type of thing?
So I was living with a buddy in Ontario. His name's Chris Coco, and I started playing in St. Thomas, Ontario.
Ooh.
And I was 18. He took me out and he said, "Yeah, this does this, this does this. Try and keep it flat and show me what you can do." And I think the first disc I ever threw was a Viper, DX Viper back in the day. And this is like 1995, right? So, and then I think for a few years I didn't quite take it as seriously. And then by 2004, 2005, that's when I really started to get into it, and played with a lot of great guys down there, a lot of OGs down there. I don't know if you're too familiar, Jeremy, with any of the London guys, but I'm talking like Dave Northrup, Jeff Langs.
Okay.
Like a bunch of the guys. Steve Proud, Steve Susie, Gary Mack, like Brandon Dobson. There's just a ton of them. And it was back then, it was all about the brotherhood. It wasn't like as competitive as it is now, right? So
right.
It was like hide under the bridge, have a little fun and then go start your course, right? So and then we were playing like 3 rounds a day down at VA Barrie in St. Thomas, and that's pretty much where I cut my teeth. So
yes,
that's originally where it started.
Nice.
And then I think like there wasn't even Champion Plastic back then. It was LTX, right?
Oh, that's awesome. Well, and how about you, John? How did disc golf come to you?
I think Ontario was the hotbed of disc golf, and I'll say 1985 because a friend of mine from Ontario I'm from Nova Scotia, so he came to me one day and said, "Hey, let's go play this game." He called it Frolf. Of course, we know it's not Frolf, but I said, "Sure." We used to work all night back in those days at a local donut shop, and in the morning we go play disc golf in a park. There was no baskets. There were no baskets or courses in Nova Scotia until probably 6 or 7 years ago. So that was '86, and I enjoyed it. I really did. But games like lawn darts were more prevalent back then than disc golf in Nova Scotia. So I didn't. I went to university and started a career and so forth. So it kind of got away. I never played it again until probably I'm going to say 2011 or 12, something like that. And I was quite a newbie. I took it all on. It was great, but that's when I kind of met Jerry back then, and I was looking back through some old messages on our Facebook page, and I remember asking for advice back in 2015, even. So it was kind of funny. So Jerry's my OG,
Okay. That's awesome.
and it
Well,
just took off from there. Yeah, pretty much.
cool.
51 years, baby.
Yeah,
There
right.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll stick with you, John. Do you remember, like, obviously going back to those first times of playing disc golf, how you got into it and things like that? But do you remember that first moment that was like, okay, this is a sport that I love to play. This is more than just a thing that I'm going to do
Yeah.
on a weekend. This is something I want to dedicate a lot of time to.
Well, I remember the first time I was in '85 when I tried it. It was just a phenomenal thing. Like, it was so unusual. And that's the cool thing about it. It's one of those games that you can play that is unique and people it attracts attention. But I mean, I played throwed baseballs and so forth around, and we played games with like basketball and so forth. But
Yeah.
when you watch a disc fly through the air, it's a unique experience every time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And no one shot is like any other shot on any other person. I enjoy watching people throw frisbees, throw discs, and I could sit there all day and watch it. So
Yeah.
that sticks with me all the time. I mean, it's great when they win the basket and everything, but
Yeah.
that's always a pleasurable part of playing.
Yeah.
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 100%.
They always- Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that's exactly the same thing for me as well. I started watching it on YouTube, and I was just amazed at how these people could throw frisbees through the woods and not hit a tree. Like, it was just amazing to me. That's just like you said. That's the amazing thing about watching
Oh
discs
yeah.
fly. Sorry, Jerry, you're going to say?
I was going to say the flight is always nice to watch, and it is kind of mesmerizing at times, but they always say that the sound of the chains is what brings you back. So,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was trained as an engineer, and I went for a deep dive into the physics of these things, and
Right.
they're so very, very complicated. A
Hmm.
ball, it's not complicated compared to a
Right.
flying disc. All the factors that go into play here in the design of these things is truly it's deep. So it's yeah, that still attracts me to the sport, right?
Yeah.
Well, and when you say that too, it's like we all talk about the flight of the disc. I was just out in the field yesterday, trying to work on my form. I'm always trying to tweak it in that. And what's funny is you get used to how far your disc normally flies for you. But then when you get one off and it goes a little bit further and it hangs a little bit longer, it's just the best moment. And I'm like, I want that again and again and again. So
Yeah.
definitely get that feeling.
especially as you
Yeah,
get older.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, speaking of getting older, I just want to jump into the chat for a second
Okay.
because we have some questions in here from the chat
You're
already.
not calling people out, are you, or something?
No, but one of the questions here is kind of directed towards John. Somebody says that they hear that you start warming up for round 3 days in advance. Is that true?
Yeah, it starts with taking Advil like a day before.
Yeah.
You know what? When I play, like, I'm closer to 60 now than I was to 50, and I do literally have to think about what I'm going to do on that day, and it's about some nutrition, hydration, trying to get some sleep, and that's the
Yeah.
warm up
Yeah.
prior. And then when I get there, I have all sorts of crazy tools that I use for warming up that people probably still wonder why I do, but it is a great warm up. So yeah. Trying to encourage others to do the same.
I think we're all probably of an age on this podcast at this time. But I think you're preaching to the choir here, John, because Jeremy is always on the first thing you do is you go straight down to your warm-ups and your stretches, and you don't throw a disc until you do all that.
Well, John, it's funny when people see me out there and I'm into my little mini yoga back part of it, and I'm doing my cat and my cow and stuff, and they're like, "What is this guy? He's playing disc golf. What's he doing?"
It's important, to set that trait. And I know some young people too that are getting into it. When they see us actually taking time to prepare ourselves, they start doing it too. It's cool. It becomes cool to do it. We have to.
That's
or
good.
We're going to fall apart halfway through the game.
That's right. We want to make it through all 3 rounds.
And then speaking of young people, I mean, I don't want to call this person out, but we have somebody in the chat called the Slayer Wheel who wants to give a shout out to Jerry. It's amazing having him as a dad. He's amazing. So
oh my
there
goodness.
you go.
Yeah, that's Cooper, my son.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all. You bring your own
We always
fans.
like to.
That's great.
Yeah, there you go. You bring your own fans. Yeah,
I love
we
it.
always like to bring the chat in as well.
And we'll help you get some new ones tonight too, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, if Jerry, we go back to your origin story there when you were chatting about it. You said we've talked about it a little bit in our messages back and forth. I'm from London. I know the St. Thomas area, and we know in all the conversations we've had with people out east there or out in Ontario is that St. Thomas was a early hotbed. You mentioned being underneath the bridge, and we can remember when we talked to Lane King saying when the rules were coming in and people were just angry that they had to wear shirts when that rule came in because it just wasn't a thing you did. But we do know one of the big names that's come out of the St. Thomas area is Marty Hendel. So did you have a chance to play with him at all back then?
Dude, I taught him basically between myself and Dave Cole, my best friend from back home. Dave and I were playing quite a bit together over the summers, and all of a sudden he started hanging out with Martin before he started playing, and then he brought him to play disc golf, and I was showing him how to play and showing Dave at the same time, and we all just started playing together, and then all of a sudden Marty just takes off.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Dude, it's unreal, like how well he and how far he's come. Like it's crazy, but amazing at the same time. Like, yeah.
Well, and then I guess you can say technically through the whole like handing on of information, you've had a hand in helping Thomas Gilbert too, because Thomas Gilbert says a lot of what he learned in the early days was from Marty Hendel. So if you taught Marty Hendel, you kind of taught Thomas a bit too.
Yeah.
How far does Marty Hendel run up?
Yeah. I guess that would be a key.
Gary, sorry, buddy.
I don't think he's part of the 12-step program.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
And if we go back to you, John, too, as the other one, when you were talking about being from the true out east, we know that 2 of the big names out there have been in disc golf forever is Duncan Dixon and Ben Smith. Did you cross paths with them at any time when you were playing?
No, I had not. No, I know the areas where they've done some work to create courses. I'm familiar with those areas in Nova Scotia, but I've literally, other than that time, like many years ago, I haven't been down to play on an actual course. So, discs will go in the bag with me when I go back for visits now, and be able to go and enjoy those places. But no, I had not known them, so I haven't.
Gotcha. Well, next year will be a great opportunity. I know I'm going to be heading to Dieppe for nationals next year, so it's kind of in the neck of the woods there, right? So
it's close. It is close. It's all close down there, the provinces. So yeah.
Cool.
Just want to jump back into the chat one more question while we're getting to know.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, while we're getting to know both of you, we have a question here from one Carrie Neal. She says, "Jerry's an absolute gem. Ask him about his glow setup. It's sick." and then Cooper did confirm that it's crazy and something about what you have above your bed, but I'll let you go into that.
Are we going to Chain Out After Dark already?
I call it the mothership when Jerry and I play glow.
Yeah,
so go ahead, buddy. Tell him all about it.
I call it my beacon of freedom is what I call it. And it's just a giant tube that I made out of 10-inch SDR Groundworks pipe.
Okay.
And put it on a rickshaw and built shelves, plexiglass shelves, put LCD lighting, black lights in it.
Yeah.
And it glows, trust me. It's like
that's awesome.
You got to put a bug zapper on that thing. It glows so much. Yeah.
I do. No, he's not joking. I do.
So,
Yeah.
I'll send you guys a picture after. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure.
oh, definitely. We'll post that for sure. And I'm guessing then
Mhm.
too is you never get lost at night on a course because everyone can see you from miles away.
Well, not
It's
until
always
I
in the
have
back
to.
though because it's too bright.
Yeah, I
Nice.
don't trip on much. I'll tell you that.
There you go.
That's perfect.
Cool. Well, guys, why don't we move it over to Central Alberta Disc Golf, or CADGA, if we'll call it that for short as well. Can you guys tell us what your current roles are with the club and how long have you been involved with it?
Go ahead, Jer.
um, yeah, so I am the president, and I have been a part uh, off and on for 14 years.
Wow.
I originally started it with a few other guys, including James Christie, Will Plowman, Robin Lambert, and we kind of formed the original group. Um, Pen to paper, I think was John was saying 2016, but I know I started league in like 2012, 2013 before Cooper was even born. So, but we finally like officially, I think, formed in 2016, and then kind of moved on to different groups as people come and go and have lives and this and this and that. And there's been some crazy growth, and um, what are we at? 6 courses now in Red Deer, John?
5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Nice.
Yeah,
Just in
yeah,
the city limits. Yeah.
And I
yeah,
think I've had a chance when you talk about those. I know I went down. It was for my son's volleyball tournament. It's still wintertime, so it wasn't one of those times where you could really get out into the deep too much. But I went to the two, kind of like a north and south park course that they have, and I played those. And yeah, it was a great time. They were nice little pitch and putts that really fit the bill for what I needed that day. So
Yep.
yeah. So the idea after we had those pitch and putts, like Kentwood and Anders is what you're talking about, Victoria
right,
Park. We used to have the original league at Victoria Park, and then we
okay,
would just, because it's a 9 hole, we just switched the pads basically, and made our own 18 out of it every year. And we would change it once a year, once every couple of years, whatever the case, just to kind of switch things up because we didn't have an 18,
Right.
right?
right,
So over the years, it kind of just manifested into when John and I took over. We wanted to bring 18s to Red Deer because, like, you come from Calgary to Edmonton, you want to stop, you need something viable in our city, right?
Yeah.
Make it worth, the stop. And so we started, what, 3 years ago on
This
Riverbend,
is 4 years ago. Yeah.
4 years ago,
Yeah.
and 2 years ago, I think, on RDP. And I'll tell you, they're not pitch and putts. Uh,
None of them
Riverbend is,
are.
yeah,
Well, and I think
Yeah.
maybe I misnamed pitch and putt for the other two courses because that would say that they're short and they do have some longer holes on them, but they were more like that 9 hole that you could quickly throw around and get back to the volleyball game that I needed to be with in an hour type
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah. But we desperately needed 18 and a good one, right?
Mhm.
We deserved it. And so when John and I took over, we established communications with the city and just kind of snowballed from there. Talked to the sports facilitator at the time, Rob Meckling, and we got a lot of help from him, and then snowballed into the GM, Rob McPherson, over at Riverbend, and then it turned into meetings and meetings and meetings, and
Presentations and more meetings.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
It's
was a
okay.
go.
It's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then added Stuart to the fold. Stuart Richardson, he's on our board as well. Um, he's also done a lot of work for us and helped make all this happen too. But yeah, Riverbend is kind of like a crown jewel right now for us
Right.
Yeah.
until we finish RDP. Because they got the front nine in a few weeks ago, um, and we're looking to do the back nine whenever they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also big there too because we create exposure to a whole new demographic, right?
Right.
Having it right at the college is like, wow.
Yeah.
Like all of a
Right.
sudden, kids have something free to play, if they want something to do, and then we're still, promoting health and sport within the community there, and
Yeah.
so it's all just snowballed from when we took over.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and John, we should get to you too. I don't
Yep.
want to leave you hanging there. Is what's your
It's
role with
okay.
the club?
Just
And
nodding.
yeah,
Yeah.
and how long you've been
Um,
involved?
He's the email
uh,
guy.
well, I was a player for a lot of years. Like I remember the first the CAD. I look back through the CADGA files in our first minutes for the first CADGA meeting. It was in 2015. I joined in about 2018 because I wanted to put a disc golf course here in Sylvan Lake. So I became part of the executive as one of the directors, and with the subtitle as a sort of the designer of sorts and implementation of that disc golf course. And through that process, I just kept going along, volunteering time. Like I put all my vacation time in and so forth to build this course here in Sylvan Lake, and then I was done, and Jerry said I was he approached me, he said, would you consider being vice president along with me? And I said, well, we still have a lot of work to do from our goals perspective, because when I built the course in Sylvan Lake, I realized how much work it was. When we were able to utilize a connection with the former mayor of Sylvan Lake, who was the CAO of the city of Red Deer. He put us in touch with the fellow that Jerry mentioned, which is Rob Meckling. He introduced us to a very forward-thinking gentleman that ran the golf course, Rob McPherson, and they let us run with this thing. So
Right.
as the VP, I help Jerry out when Jerry's not around. We each have our own skill sets. That, like, I'm a project manager of very, very large projects for the Alberta government, and I utilize those project management skills when it comes to how we implement and how we consult with other municipalities and how they can install disc golf courses. We sometimes just give them a helping hand as to how to do a layout, and they implement it themselves. Like we can't take credit for all the things that happen around here. We're a resource for people, right? So that's our basic role in the association, and to give some legitimacy to our sport and our passion, so that we can create and increase the number of disc golfing opportunities in central Alberta. So, like, Jerry kind of touched on a couple of things. Like, I remember writing these goals down on a piece of paper when we first started. This is what I want to do. And then, when Jerry started, there was 2 courses in Red Deer, and there was a course in Wetaskiwin, one in Olds, one in Aspen Meadows. That was it. And then I look today, now there's 16 courses within a 40-minute drive of downtown Red Deer.
Wow.
Which is phenomenal for maybe 250,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
And 11 of those 16, we've had a hand in helping on a small scale and to the largest scale of actually building and implementing it ourselves. So we want to build legacy projects. That's why I'm here doing this. I love projects and I love doing stuff like that. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. And I don't know when I'm going to stop.
Hopefully not. If you're
And then
gonna,
when someone
Exactly.
tells me to stop, right? That's it. But there's still lots to do. So, and I know we have a lot of very talented. We're a bunch of professionals that play disc golf. We're not professional disc golfers, right?
Yeah.
We've had lawyers on our team. We got engineers on our team. We have really talented people that have a very high level of passion for this. So we can make really cool things happen. And it's not all us. And I got to say this too before we continue along. We build on what our predecessors provided for us, like all the past presidents, the past volunteers, everyone that has had a hand in creating or infusing their energy and passion into disc golf. So we kind of kept it going, kept that momentum going. So that's kind of why I like being VP.
nice.
Yeah.
It's not easy sometimes, and it takes a lot of time, but I love it. So
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
awesome. It's kind of cool to hear you mention about the Sylvan Lake course, because once you said that, I remember heading down there a couple of years ago to play
yeah.
in a RPM Flex event.
Oh yeah,
I
I'd
forget
heard
who
about.
the lady was that was running it, but it was the
Uh,
RPM event.
Not sure.
Yeah, and then getting to play that Sylvan Lake course down there, and that was early on in my disc golf
Yeah.
journey. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a fun course to play. You mentioned there about yourself being the vice president, and Jerry, obviously you're the president. I'm the vice president of the Edmonton Disc Golf Association, and I'm kind of
Okay.
curious how you go about dividing up the duties. Obviously, you said that you've had so many different people surrounding you, so you've all got your own great skill sets, but I kind of direct this one to Jerry to start with. Do you kind of look at the what you've written down on your vision board or whatever you might call it and say, okay, this is a task for John to take on, or is John kind of volunteering and saying, yep, that's something that I can handle, and then you're going to run with it?
John likes to volunteer for a lot. But at the
Yeah.
same time, we have to have the conversations where we have other people's attendance for a reason, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we need to spread it out equally, and that's where I try and delegate in a diplomatic way, right?
Mhm.
Because we all do it for free, and we all
Yeah.
do it in our spare time. So it's not like I'm out there with the ruler,
Yeah.
but yeah. I mean, most of the guys are pretty open to helping anyway, so it's not like it's pulling teeth.
Right.
Sometimes it's hurting cats, but it's not pulling teeth once I get them.
Yeah.
Once I get their attention, anyways. So
Well, we were able. I mean, I don't know if you guys have been to the Riverbend course yet,
Not
but
yet.
it's almost a 4 kilometer walk. We were
Wow.
able to set out baskets, you put signs up, some sort of a sign, and within about 3 hours, we had enough volunteers, and we were offered the opportunity to use our vehicles in a trailer. And then now what do we do? The volunteers were so effective that we basically played the rest of the day.
yeah,
So it was, yeah, I was worn out, but that's the kind of group of people that we have. When sometimes it's all you gotta do is create a spark with
Yeah.
people, and
hmm
we're a tight knit group here, right? Everybody's a big family here, and sometimes we squabble a bit. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye. Most of the times we do, but it's all for the passion of it all, right? And
Right.
and that's what we have to keep
hmm
remembering as disc golfers, as ambassadors of the sport. So
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And as we were talking a little earlier there, you were saying 16 courses within 40 minutes of the center of
mhm.
Red Deer. And I think what people maybe don't realize, like I listed some of the cities there, but I thought maybe we should hit on them and you should tell everybody just to get an idea of how wide and far Central Alberta Disc Golf is covering and what you guys are doing. So we know we've got Red Deer, we know we got Sylvan Lake. Rattle off some of those other places that you guys are
You do
working
one and
with.
I'll do one, Jerry. How's that sound?
Yeah, kind of like we did
uh,
with the juniors earlier.
yeah. Lacombe,
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain House,
Innisfail,
Parkland Beach up at Gull Lake.
yeah.
Three of them
Uh,
on Parkland Beach. We didn't have anything to do with them, but they're here.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going.
Panoka, I think.
Pinoka.
Yeah.
There's one that our group out in Stettler at Roshan Sands.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. You
Yeah,
stole mine.
we're going around the clock here.
Yeah.
I think Three Hills is a little further away than there, but they're our neighbors. We
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
we didn't do much with those. There's also Penhold, which we were able to do a little consulting with the
Mhm.
town to help them organize themselves, and of course the
We,
city of Red Deer. Where
Yeah.
else?
we almost got Blackfolds too. But,
It's a work
it
in
was,
progress. Yeah.
yeah.
It's we found the biggest hurdle is not money for disc golf courses. It's town council or local councils.
Mhm.
Innisfail we forgot to.
Yeah.
Um, to overcome to try to introduce disc golf to councils and get them going on it. And by the time we do, they change, right? So
Right.
Yeah.
those are our biggest hurdles. It's got nothing to do with money most
Well,
of the time.
I wonder when you say that, this is just a thought crosses in my mind. Do you think it would be easier sometimes for us to get one of these wonderfully experienced lawyers, accountants, engineers, project managers that we end up having volunteering on our boards? Should we just get them to run for council? Because once they're in council, they're in and they'll be able to make things happen.
Well, we kind of sometimes run into them, yeah, because disc golf has become so popular that we come across influential people in the communities that have played it. You know,
Gotcha.
the director of the Nordic Center, the Nordic Trail System, he plays in our league now. You
Okay.
know, he thought it was a great idea. He was one of our biggest advocates when I had to go, or we had to go and present to the board, for example, at Riverbend Golf and Recreation Area. So we had to present disc golf to them. He was the guy pat me on the back. Keep going, John. Keep going. This is good. So yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah. And if we think about the club itself with all of this kind of distance and everybody kind of coming together, where are you guys sitting for actual club members? But then beyond that, how many people do you think are in the disc golf community in your region? Because I know those two numbers could be drastically different, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, that's part of the hurdle right there is the fact that we're dealing with such a vast area with a minimal population, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you get into Edmonton and Calgary, you got 1.2 million, 1.5 million, whatever, in a congested area, right?
Right.
So
You
the
see
hurdle
them all.
becomes, yeah, like how do you get to them all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
As
we
far as,
we
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was gonna say, as
Oh,
far as numbers, I'm not even sure. Like honestly, because there's so many different towns now. And it's hard to keep track if they're not playing or with UDisc or
Mm-hmm.
staying on PDGA live or you know
well,
just
there's
seriously hard to track.
I mean, in our membership, we link our membership to our of course our league, and there's some benefits to being a member. So we have a core membership, I think, of 44, 45, and
Okay.
it never changes much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what's cool is when you ask that question, there's a there's so many courses available that we don't see everybody that's playing all at once because they're not all on one course, right? They're not
Right.
Right.
lining up at Baker, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But we have these satellite groups that are flourishing, like up in Lacombe, they're doing dubs on Sundays, for example. There's a group out
Mm-hmm.
at Roche on Sands that has their core group of people. I would
Lucky.
suggest there's yeah, I wouldn't be able to come up with a number. There's
Yeah.
just a
No.
lot. The people that would likely know are the retailers. That would be the most. That's
Yeah.
their business to
Who
know
are they
that, right?
selling to,
So
right?
Yeah. Right.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough.
So I'm sure they know.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those
Yeah,
things that goes to show is that, all of those golfers need to know, as we're talking tonight, what your club is doing to help promote that sport and give them the
yeah.
opportunities to go out and play and have all these courses and to have 16 courses. Now, when you didn't have that many, say even just half a dozen years ago, it was barely that. So now that that's all there, it's like, okay, well, we got 44 core members. Everybody, come on, join, be a member, be part of it, because look at what we're doing with just 44
Yeah.
members. Imagine what we could do if all of you joined the club.
Well,
Right.
I think in the past we've tried to incorporate other areas into the membership, but people had to. I don't know if it was attractive enough for people.
Mm.
We ended up being more focused on creating these legacy projects in different communities where people could just go out after supper and go play with their kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't so focused on memberships per se. I
Mhm.
mean, a lot of groups. I know the Calgary Disc Golf Association has huge number of people, but we get our funding through local sponsorships or other means. So we don't need always to have a membership to support the
Right.
coffers, so to speak, right?
Gotcha.
And we're able to sustain ourselves that way with a lower membership. So we do a lot for having very few people in our membership, our core
Mhm.
membership. So we just we act more as a communications conduit so that we can talk with like small communities that want to build a disc golf course, and or we let people know what's up and coming for events, and we use our Facebook page so that people have a bulletin board they can go look at for events like the Friendship League or the Battle or the Rumble or whatever we got going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what our main role is. We're
Mm-hmm.
facilitators of creating opportunities and communicating them to everybody. So
Yeah. And
I
that's
think
awesome. Yeah.
I think we're in the if we build it, they will come kind of phase.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the Field of Dreams
Yeah.
phase.
I
Yeah.
like it.
It really does seem like you're building a community. You're more about getting the people out there, getting them playing, building that community. One of the other things that we know that builds a community is, for some reason, disc golf and breweries always seem to go together well. Calgary has a great partnership with Cold Garden. Up here in Edmonton, we've got partnerships with Sea Change Brewing and Polyrhythm Brewing as well. We heard that there might be a brewery sponsor as well happening somewhere down there. You want to tell us a little bit about them?
Maybe for the Rumble, but I don't know if we have a sponsorship opportunity yet to sponsor a course. Is that what you're kind of asking?
We heard that there was a
Maybe a partnership, maybe a place if there was a traveling podcast looking for a place to hang out and be.
Oh, that. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
There's
how they all
kinds
work
of
hand in hand together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
couple of those.
Yeah, no, I think I shouldn't. I don't know it for sure, so I don't want to send out a name on the air here. But maybe we could talk after about it. But I think the guys that are our volunteers that are organizing the tournament have something brewing, if you pardon the pun, with a local brewery. They have an after party for our year-end tournament.
Oh, okay.
So down at Riverbend. So I don't know if that's solid yet. So I can't really mention it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get a text here in a moment if it's a thing.
Okay.
Well,
So
the other,
stay tuned.
the other one I do know too, just from my personal experience, is just like stopping to play disc golf on the way through to Calgary when I have the time to it. Another thing I like to do is to go through Lacombe and hit Blind Man and pick up a couple growlers there. And I think I still have in one of I do actually. I just saw it the other day, is I've still got a rock. It's a a base plastic rock, but it's got the Blind Man Brewery sticker on there.
Yeah.
So it's snap. You got one too?
Yeah.
And what? Even though, people will talk about base plastic, I like it. It throws nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Until
It
you hit
works good.
something with it.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
true,
that's
yeah.
it.
I took base plastic to Drumheller once, and it looked like a dinosaur ate it. So it was crazy. I'll never do that again. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well,
Yeah.
and as I would say this too, Daryl, is people don't always believe it, but I do a little preparation for these episodes.
I don't always believe it.
Yeah. But as I was doing it, I did look at your guys' minutes. I saw they'll have minutes from 2024, and we've kind of talked about how much growth and change in that. I think we're highlighting it already, but that's what I wanted to say, because when I looked at it and you had listed at that time a lot of those courses that were on the box to tick off and to maybe get going. And most of the time you'd look at a list like that, we'd flash forward 2-3 years and go, okay, well, that one's dead, we're not getting anywhere. But you mentioned RDP, which we should tell everyone's the Red Deer Polytechnic course. You talked about Riverbend as well. So those are two of the big new kind of flagship courses that you've got going on. But there's more, like Berman University. How's that one going? I kind of want to just touch and see where you guys were with a couple of them.
So last year they put in their back 9, and they have a full 18, and that's in Lacombe. That's the one that has the doubles every Sunday now.
Okay.
That was initiated by a man named Dan Crombie and his son Caleb. And Dan came to me and actually asked me to help him design the course. So we went out there, we mapped the place out, and then they did a bunch of work on their own. Like, they have access to skid steers and whatnot, and I think his wife actually works for the university, so that was a nice little help from her. It just kind of took off on its own. I actually really like that course. It's definitely, it'll stretch you out after a while. The first few holes, are super tight, and then I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like they're long holes
Oh yeah.
and like
Okay.
huge hyzers. And then you get into more of the back nine, and then it tightens up again. And there's a beautiful reservoir there, and there's lots of nature around, and yeah, it's a really well done course in my opinion.
Okay.
Perfect. You
Yeah.
kind of touched on black folds there a little bit. How about baseline mountain course? Is that one been mentioned?
No. We had a gentleman come to one of our AGMs to present their plan, but one of our members is from Caroline. Well, former members was from Caroline, and he was able to get out. But it was one of those projects that we couldn't get too involved with because being where it was hard to get people out there and get organized for that kind of thing. So that
Okay.
never transpired for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now one other one, and we did mention this town or city as well, was it's one I had a chance to play a couple of years back. I was coming back from Calgary, had a very small window of time. So I got out there, I played 7 holes. I probably could have got a little more in, but I did lose a disc in long grass, and I decided I was going to find that disc. So I did that. And that was down in Innisfail. But I heard there's been lots of changes probably since then. So what's Innisfail looking like these days?
Well, I have not played the back nine yet,
Mhm.
but the good thing is the I was on the I was shown the route. I was shown the layout before it was built, and I've been preoccupied myself with Riverbend, so I haven't been able to get there. Which is they're only right next door, but regardless, good things are happening down there. Like when you ask about how the course is doing so well that they created their own little league down there on Wednesday nights. So
Okay.
they have enough of their core group of people now that they can sustain themselves. So whatever they did must be working well.
Good to hear.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
when you get a chance to get back there, finish her
yeah.
off.
Well, I'll have to check it. I will. I'll have to play that whole thing, and I think you'll probably know. So the hole where it was where you're standing up on that. A lot of their holes at the time, Daryl, were pretty tight. It was like paths that were widened for holes.
Okay.
So you're standing on this upper tee pad,
Yeah.
and then you're throwing down this down, up, around a corner.
Right.
And then if you fall early, there was some long grass. And I saw where it landed, I swore, but it still took some time.
We got
It's pretty
Sam.
it was rustic, but I think they've been doing a lot of work with the town to sort of keep the maintenance going
Yeah.
on it so that they could,
Yeah.
losing discs down there it's I'm sure they always show up people's discs, but
Well, and I
no,
just, 2 things. I could see all the potential and knew it was already a good course coming around. And also, 2, knew that I just needed to throw better. That was exactly not where I was supposed to be landing. So,
Yeah.
but go ahead, Darryl.
yeah, there's a lot around. Go ahead, Daryl.
Yeah, no, I was just going to bring it back to the chat here. Sam said he doesn't remember the number, but the asphalt by the rink down into the field is such a great tee shot. Or is he talking about Lacombe? Is that Innisfail?
Well, I'm not
Probably
sure.
That's
Lacombe. Let's
Oh,
That's
that's over at
Lacombe.
Lacombe. Sorry, I thought you were still talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You gotta keep up with us.
Yeah, I know.
We're traveling all around central
I
Alberta.
got lots of things to be doing here, Jeremy.
We got lots of
when
ground to cover here.
Yeah.
when we first had courses here, we all threw the same way, open spaces. Then
Yeah.
we built Sylvan, and I looked at the stats today. Every one of them is playing over par, and it's a
Wow.
long course. And I'm surprised because it is a tough course, and I the course gets better, I don't. So that's how that's how I know it's working. So and we have such a variety of courses. We have courses with water. We have courses now with a lot of hills. We have courses that will challenge people's heart rate. And there's nothing worse than, climbing up a big hill and then having to throw a drive or a putt. So, it's challenging. It's challenging to manage. Again, you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable, especially when it comes to your physicality, right? So, I had to learn to throw far and had to learn to throw straight, which are 2 of the hardest things to do in disc golf. But my thumber game has increased immensely.
Oh, wow.
Gets me through a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, we heard all about how you guys got into disc golf and your early days of playing. what you may not know, and I think Jeremy knows this, is that when I first started, I didn't think that tournaments were for me. I thought that that was just for the people that had been playing for a long time, didn't want to play tournaments, didn't want to play leagues. I met this guy out on a course, and he convinced me that I should go and enter this tournament. It was happening down at Wetaskiwin. So my first ever tournament that I played in was Battle 6. And down at that tournament, that was where me and Jeremy actually first got to meet you, John. I don't know if you remember that, but I was actually...
Your beard was shorter then, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I look back at that. Yeah, and sometimes when I play, I'm extremely focused and I'm always friendly, and sometimes I forget people, but you guys were memorable. So
there you go.
when you brought it back to me, a year or so ago, I got to thinking about that because I remember that tournament. It was a really hot day.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of walking involved, and
Yeah.
I know that on that day I did really crappy at first, and then I said, okay, I gave up, and then all of a sudden I started throwing really good, and I made it to the leaderboard, and then I crapped out again on the final. But yeah, it was good. So when we get to play as a beginner or beginning to play in tournaments, it's a great vibe, like it amps up your game a little bit. And I don't know how that was for you, what your experience was with that, but
Well, that was a funny tournament for me because obviously I hadn't been playing that long. I think there was 9 people, if I remember rightly, in the ME40 division.
Mm-hmm.
And after the first round, somehow I ended up on lead card. Although they made the lead,
yeah.
I think they made the lead card 5 people, and the second card was 4 people. But so I was thinking this disc golf game's easy. I can get on lead card anytime I want.
Yeah.
But that Wetaskiwin course, that was one of the that was my first time ever playing that course. I think we went down for a practice round, and then we ended up playing it, like you said, 2 rounds on that day. Back for the third round on the Sunday. It was a great course to play. Definitely a lot different than what I'd recently been playing with Hermitage and Rundle Park in Edmonton. Looking at disc golf scene, was I correct in saying that Battle Niner is coming back to Wetaskiwin?
I believe so. Yeah. I hadn't spoken to Robin lately about it, but I hear bits and pieces that they are definitely going to have the battle. And it quite likely is that if this is your source tells you this, you're more informed than us at the moment. But I don't know if we've seen any like kind of ads or things come up. I'm sure when it happens, he'll put it up there. And I apologize.
It's on disc golf scene.
Yeah. Okay. I apologize to those guys if it's up
It's okay.
and I haven't paid attention. I apologize for that, but definitely go and look it up. It's a fun tournament. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope
for
they
sure.
cut the grass.
Yeah, that's always the thing is you hope you cut the grass and you hope that
Hope
the
there's
rain kind
no
of
rain.
goes away as well.
Yeah.
And then
And-
you always have to watch out for the wasp nest there too.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
I
I want to
lost-
add to real quick for Daryl there is I think he was really kind when he said it when he was starting out. He didn't think disc golf was for everyone, but then he caddied for me at the Edmonton Open, and he saw me take a couple 9s and 8s and 10s, and he went, "Well, if this guy can do it, anyone can do it." So,
Yeah, I know. I was hoping that we could get you guys down to the Rumble 2 that's in September, but we're sold out.
okay.
Well, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, that's a
We
great
sold
problem.
out. I think last week. The guys, our organizers, announced that we were sold out, which 80 people and well before our time. The deadline. So hopefully we can squeeze we squeeze a couple extra holes in and make it a little bit of a longer day, but it's quite possible. But if you guys have the opportunity to come down, we would surely love to have you and just show you around, that sort of thing. It's one of our keynote gatherings that we have at the end of the season. That would be good to have you here if you can get here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
well, no matter what, whether it is for the tournament or not, I want to get down there. I want to play the New River Bend course. I want to, I got to check out some of that stuff because it's so close to us. Like Wetaskiwin's only a 40-minute drive, and then we just go a little bit further, and then we're starting to hit some of these other courses. So definitely want to get there because everybody that I've talked to has played it, has just had such good things to say about the River Bend course, and I'm sure it goes the same with anything else you guys have had your hands on down there.
Just so everybody knows, Riverbend Rumble 2, that's September 19th and 20th on Disc Golf Scene. Like you said, it is filled up, but stay tuned. Keep checking it out. You never know.
Put yourself on the wait list.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
So-
Also, even if you want to take a little quick trip, RDP is right beside the highway.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if you just want a quick 9 and just keep going after,
That's a good way to
definitely.
do it.
Yeah, it's literally 3 minutes off the
Yeah.
QE2.
Well, yeah, you can see it, right? Because it's right beside the big running
Yeah.
track and where I've done the volleyball at and that type of thing, right?
Yeah. And shout out to Trent Rex because he was a big proponent in that course too. He's the guy that helped us from RDP make it happen. So
Sweet.
Yep.
Nice.
There's a lot of thought that went into that course, and there's still lots of good things to come. When the guys ran the battle there, we test played a whole bunch of stuff, and there's going to be some fun things coming up. So
Cool.
Awesome. No, we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier about the how many members you have and the growth and that sort of thing. Now, members aren't, the membership growth isn't really a big thing for you. It's not really something that you're focusing on. But if there is anybody who's listening that isn't a CADGA member, maybe somebody from the north or south of your city, is there still available? Can they still join up to be a member?
absolutely, yeah.
always.
And how would
Yep.
they do that?
Contact me or him. Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
believe-
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, I believe there's a pin on the Facebook page for Central Alberta Disc Golf Association that you
Okay.
could just
Okay.
click, fill out the form, send your money, and away you go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Tons of
and the
retirees.
membership is
Yeah.
what's their membership fee? 25 or 20?
20.
20.
Okay.
And you can get a CADGA disc with our logo on it and so forth. And it's great to have members and and support the courses by putting ratings in. That's another big thing too with everyone that comes to visit and so forth.
Right.
What, you get a disc? Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Oh,
Right on
yeah. Look at that shield. I like that.
Yeah,
That looks
it's a
awesome.
Johnny-
It's a
Johnny-
glowy too.
That's a Johnny Price special, that one,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And it's a glowy, so it just goes well in your setup there then too. Hey, it comes out and it's shining like the sun.
I may or may not have had some influence on that selection.
That's awesome.
Oh, good. Well, one other thing I like to do usually at this point in the episode is educate Daryl. And because, Daryl's a guy who's he's lived in Canada for a while, but just to teach him some things. So one of the things I want to tell him tonight is in Alberta, we've got all these cool places to visit, Daryl.
Okay. Yeah.
There's the Frank Slide. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I've been there. Yeah.
Okay, been there, right?
Yeah.
Piece of a mountain falls on a town, and it's all the history on that.
Yeah.
You got Dinosaur Provincial Park, which is one of the richest dinosaur fossil beds in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You got Head Smashed in Buffalo Jump, where the indigenous people of Alberta used to run buffalo off cliffs.
I've heard of it.
You've heard of that, okay. And I hear that one's a really cool place to visit. But wait a minute. I was going somewhere with this.
Yeah.
Okay, what that was about 103 kilometers outside of Red Deer. There's also another cool buffalo jump.
Okay.
You know what it's called?
What's it called?
It's called Dry Island Buffalo Jump. So speaking of islands,
Yeah.
speaking of islands,
I pushed the button. It's
Want
coming.
me to finish that?
It's coming.
he's
I pushed the-
got it. It's coming.
I'll push it again.
Maybe it's not loaded anymore.
It's coming.
Now it's time
Oh.
for desert island discs. Picture this. You've taken a relaxing cruise, however the ship goes down. You manage to swim to an island, and fortunately for you, there's an 18-hole disc golf course. Which 3 discs are you taking with you on the island?
We got there in the end, Jeremy. This is
Yeah,
the-
but you know my patience, right?
exactly. Any little dead air, Jeremy doesn't like it. So this is the part of the show where we like to think that you're taking a cruise on a ship. You're both together, actually. You're on vacation. You're taking some time off. You're on days off. You went on vacation together. You're on this cruise ship, but unfortunately, it went down. You had your trusty discs with you. You didn't have your cart with you. You didn't have your whole glow setup, but you have 3 discs in your bag. You swam to an island, and luckily for you, there's an 18-hole disc golf course there. We'll start with John. Which 3 discs do you have with you?
Am I in survival mode on this island?
You know what? We've had multiple different answers, and you can go whichever way you
And
want.
all
We
of
can-
them are right.
we've had
Survivor,
practicality. We've had
All right.
putter, mid-range, and driver. We've had 3 drivers. You can take whatever you want.
All right, I think I have something picked out that'll fit. I have a flick. I got that from a fellow a number of years ago. His name's Peter Leask, and
Oh, yeah.
I use that disc a lot for thumbers. It's also if I needed to eat and I hunt with it, I probably could.
Okay.
I would pick,
I always like to follow up by asking what type of plastic.
It is the hardest plastic going in that was made 15 years ago. I don't even know what it is. It's
Okay.
bulletproof. I know that. Another one would be sort of a clear champ plastic so that I could focus the sun rays and start my campfire.
All right.
And then the final one would be my deep dish putter, something like a Marshall. I love Marshalls. They don't have them much anymore. I got a collection of them. They would hold a lot of rainwater. Let's put it that way.
All right. So, well, you didn't actually say a mold for the champion plastic. Do you have any particular mold that you'd like to use? Maybe.
Oh,
trying to think.
let's use a turn. I got a turn. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn. Yeah.
Champion turn, a deep dish
Marshall.
Marshall. I won't say deep dish pizza. Deep dish Marshall, and a bulletproof flick. Okay.
There you go.
And then Jerry, what about you?
I'm gonna take a less survival mode approach. Probably a rock. It's been probably the most reliable disc I've ever thrown.
Yeah. Any plastic?
Glow.
All the plastic. Oh, glow plastic. Yeah, probably glow.
Yeah, glow. Yeah, glow. A glow katana, Blizzard 138.
Oh, very specific.
Yeah. And I'll go a condor.
Condor.
Just so I have a nice big plate I can eat on.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you went a little bit survival.
And I got one honorable mention.
Sure.
I'll use the dragon because they're the only one that floats.
Ah,
There you go.
There you go.
I know Sonia in the chat would love that because she uses the dragon as well.
nice.
Perfect. Okay, so then this is the follow-up question. If you could transport one course that you might have played it might be on your bucket list to play in the future. If you could take any course in the world, transport it to the island so that you had to go around that course with those 3 discs, which course would it be?
Well, I guess they're lucky because they both were on the island together, so they're going to have 2 courses on this island.
Yeah, technically, we'll merge them together. There could be 2 courses.
Oh man, tough question. Well, I'm kind of partial to our Riverbend course. 'Cause it's got
Okay.
water, and I need water on a deserted island, right? So yeah,
So it comes with water and everything.
Yeah.
yeah, and ducks and geese and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Drumheller, Lost Egg.
Oh,
Really? Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, so you have
That's
desert and water on the same course. Yeah.
Really is a
We
deserted
need
desert.
balance. We need balance. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why you guys work together well on the board, because you're all about balance.
Yeah. Communication is key, I'll tell you.
There you
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, that about brings us to the end of the podcast here. We've enjoyed having you on the show. Before we let you go, is there anything else you want to shout out?
Yeah, I'd like to go first, Jerry, if I could.
Yeah, for sure.
I know Jerry and I talked about how we'd respond to this, and I really want to put it out there that we can't do what we do without volunteers, and the passion that is the energy that drives these people to help us do things. It's not necessarily our passion projects; it's everybody. So, the shout out goes to everyone, past and present, that has done what they've had to do to advance disc golf in this area.
Nice. Perfect.
Awesome. And Jerry?
Sorry,
I like to thank Mom.
It's always good.
Yeah, no, I too want to reiterate the whole membership thing because basically, like, we do a lot of work behind the scenes, but without them, there's nothing to do it for. So,
Right.
cheers to those guys that come out every week and every weekend and put their blood, sweat, and tears into lawnmowers and weed eaters and whatever the case, and selling tickets or running tournaments or whatever the case.
Getting sponsors.
Yeah, getting sponsors. On a personal note, I would like to thank my buddy Chris that I mentioned in the beginning that showed me how to play. I just recently found out today that he is cancer free.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
So yeah, So to end on a high note, that is definitely my high note for the day.
For sure.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, gentlemen, and we appreciate you taking time. This was a long time in the making, but it was well worth the
That's
wait.
great.
And we can't wait as well. We'll make sure that we get down there at some point because I got to get Riverbend showing up on my UDisc map. That's for sure.
You're a tracker.
Please stay in touch with us. I'd take a day off to come play with you. It's not a problem.
Awesome.
For sure,
wait.
absolutely.
Can't wait to kick your ass, Jeremy.
It won't be that hard.
I was going to say it's not that hard.
Yeah, we've never purported to be great players. We just
Yeah.
love playing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So no, that's great.
Doesn't
Awesome.
matter.
Thanks, gentlemen. We appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Awesome. Thanks for your
Thanks for the
time.
opportunity. Okay.
You bet.
Have a good night.
Cheers.
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 How'd you enjoy that, Daryl?
Anytime that we can put you down, Jeremy. I'm just kidding. No, absolutely fantastic. You know, it's always good now that I am part of the board. It's always great to hear how other boards are doing and how they're, engaging with their community, and like they obviously take a little bit of a different approach just because their board is set up. Their association is so much different to what it is here in Edmonton, right?
Yeah, like they
just
said,
being-
the concentrated group here versus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're just responsible, and we just work within the Edmonton limits, right? We don't have anything to do with St. Albert. We don't have anything to do with Beaumont, Spruce Grove, Sherwood Park, any of those outlying areas. We're very much concentrated in Edmonton. Whereas you look at somebody like CADGA, John and Jerry, like they're going near and far and helping everybody, get those courses in the ground and spreading the word.
Maybe they'll go to Beaumont. What do you think?
Something needs to happen.
They might need a little help there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool, and we've said it so many times. We've heard so many good things about the Riverbend course, and they've got lots of great courses in the area. They've got lots of great breweries in the area. I really think at some point, live on location, what did we do? The first year we did Cold Garden.
We did cold. Yeah.
Last year we attempted and
Hogo.
kind of did a little bit at Hogo. We did some recording. We just couldn't broadcast live, but we still were live. We were live, and we were on location. It just didn't necessarily go out
We
live.
did the opening ceremony live.
Oh yeah,
But when
did
we
do
tried
that.
to do the podcast live, it kind of didn't work out. Maybe we just needed to step outside.
Oh, maybe that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did do a live on location. Yeah.
So maybe this year, maybe Red Deer is going to be the lucky place.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe Lacombe. I could do a blind man. We could talk to them. So, no, that's good. Speaking of all of that, what do we got to do at this time of the show?
We got to ask for secret word.
We do have to ask for secret words.
Yeah.
So
People that don't know about the secret word,
it's a secret. Shh.
in the chat, give us a secret word. It's a word that somebody may have said or something tied it to the interview tonight.
Yeah.
And then if you're listening to this back, if you're watching it back, we want you to put a comment on this video with this secret word to let us know that you listened to the end of the episode.
The secret word is so secret that any secret word we've given out lately no one would know it was there.
No, exactly. I think we always say this at this point. I think we need to talk about the secret word at the beginning.
Okay.
get people
Should I
thinking
move it
about
up at the top of the outline now?
Move it up. Yeah.
We could do that. But we appreciate you coming in and watching the show tonight. And be sure, as always, head over to our YouTube and
I like
subscribe.
RDP.
RDP?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Polytechnic.
Just because it was mentioned quite a bit.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. What else? Well, they mentioned Innisfail, Sylvan Lake. Like, you mentioned any of the locations that they're at?
Yeah. Or what was the glow setup?
Oh, yeah, that's it. What did he call it? The
Yeah.
glow shrine.
No,
The glow.
wasn't it? It was like a.
The glowing ball of glow.
What's the thing that you ride? Like in.
A cart.
Yeah, the thing that in China where they have someone like a taxi that someone pedals.
Rickshaw.
A rickshaw. That's what it was.
Oh, a glow rickshaw.
It's a glow rickshaw.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. That could be it for sure.
There you go.
And while you're over there on YouTube putting your comment, make sure to subscribe. Head over to Facebook and Instagram and like and comment and do all those wonderful things. It helps us grow the podcast. Use our promo code when you're shopping at BR Disc Golf and Disc Republic. Use Chain Out at checkout. You can jump onto Patreon. You can join free. You can join at a paid level. If you do, you get
So many
free
ways to support
entry.
us.
I could just go on and on about all the ways you can be part of the Chain Out podcast. And any way you do, we appreciate it, including these beautiful hats are $20 if you want one of those as well.
Absolutely.
So, Daryl, what else we got to say? What do you think? Is it time?
Sonia already mentioned it in the chat.
Did she drop it in the She drop it in the drap?
She called it the dad
Dad
rap.
rap time.
That hasn't been called the dad rap time for a
I
while.
thought it was the Daryl rap. We had said
the
no,
D-rap.
the dad rap,
Yeah.
the D rap.
All right, let's get to it.
All right, let's get. You ready?
Are you ready?
I don't know. Let me see.
Gotta warm up your vocal cords.
Check one. All
Okay.
right, DJ, drop the beat.
Okay, I'm pushing the buttons. There you go. Okay, it's coming. Gonna do that one week.
Oh right, yeah.
This week we started by saying what's up.
Canada, England, and the World Cup.
Quebec hosted Leroy Deschamps.
Rebecca Dawn, a top 10 again.
It wasn't Leroy. Oh wow.
Leroy Deschamps, King
Okay.
of the Chains.
A great conversation with Jerry and John.
Central Alberta has a lot going on.
New courses and tournaments is what they do.
Then head to Saw, back for a tasty brew.
Almost.
Almost. I put a pause.
Yeah. You listen this long, you liked our vibe.
Head to YouTube and click and subscribe.
Making you smile is what we're about.
Come back next week for another chain
Out.
out. We did it right to the end, though.
We did something.
I think we did a thing.
Yeah, okay.
All right, we'll do it again next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Welcome to the Chain Out Podcast with your hosts,